My name is Courtney Douglas in University Grade 11 English. The purpose of this project is to answer this following question of why do we tell stories. My personal thinking of why we tell stories is to share experiences and creativity with everyone. Doing some research on why we tell stories, I found many reasons why, but 3 points caught my eye. We tell stories because it's entertainment for us, telling stories has a benefit to our brains, and telling stories teaches a lesson for everyone. We tell stories because in the olden days people would sit around fires and speak about stories they've heard. We also tell stories in a form of gossip, talking behind each other's back and speaking about other people's life. We also tell, as well as we tell stories for entertainment, there's a scientific reason behind it. Our brains heighten connectivity throughout our neurons, which is connected in our left temporal cortex. Evidence has also shown reading novels has made us as a species more emotionally empathetic to others' emotions. Lastly, we tell stories because it helps each other teach us a lesson. For example, the author name of Dr. Seuss writes child's picture books, and every one of his books teaches lessons for children. Washing your hands, sharing is caring, keeping your hands to yourself. But we also use stories to teach a life lesson. For example, a grandparent telling you of what their mother or father did, what your mother or father did when she was younger, and how it caused a conflict and how the conflict was resolved, as it was teaching a lesson for the next generation. I feel like throughout my research I have answered the following question: why do we tell stories? I provided 3 solid points of why we tell them and how it benefits us as a species. My process of this task was gathering the paperwork first, looking over everything, starting the research and placed what I found into the project template, started my idea thinking there as well. Once I had 3 solid points, I used the media research paper planner and started writing my research response paper. Then I got feedback from the teacher on what I should improve on. Then I properly cited the websites I've been using. Lastly, I wrote the script for this presentation. I found throughout this task, the easiest thing was writing the research paper response. I found this easy because once I started writing, I couldn't stop. The ideas just kept flowing. The most challenging part about this task was the video. I found this difficult because I'm not good at editing or writing scripts. I'm very happy with the end product since everything was so fast-paced and you had a couple days to work on it. I feel that I've been put much more work in the end task than I did with most assignments. One way I can improve this task is doing further research. For example, why do stories heighten our connectivity in our brains? I've also learned about human nature and society and myself, and why do we enjoy reading and telling stories. We pay attention to people when they speak as for gossip, which is a form of storytelling. I also found that human nature, the story that has to be interesting to capture each other or people's attention for them to listen. This project has changed my outlook of why do we tell stories, because now I know it's not just for entertainment. I know that it's not something just a pastime. Now I know reading is a huge benefit to us, and it is a way to teach kids something even though they are not knowing they are being taught.